A bit of a cold, so if I sound stuffed up, that's why. I'm going to make myself a strawberry jelly roll. So what I have here is 4 egg whites, nothing else. I want to whip them pretty stiff. I have them all over here. Okay, so you can see the peaks form in there, so that's perfect. I do the egg whites first because I don't need to go cleaning the paddles, and I can go ahead and do the egg yolk. If I did the yolks first, I would have to clean the paddles or you wouldn't get the whites to fluff up. So what I have in here is just, there's 4 egg whites in here and just 2 egg yolks and 1/8 of a cup of sugar. So I'm going to cream this together. Now when it starts to get a light color, you can still see the grains of the cane sugar. Just add 1/8 of a cup of water. So you have 1/8 of a cup of sugar, 1/8 of a cup of water, and 2 egg yolks. Okay, this should be a nice creamy texture. You can see it falling off the petals there. Okay, and the only other ingredient in the cake is 3/4 of a cup of flour, and I'm going to put it in a little bit at a time. I'm going to put it all in my little sifter, but I'm going to just sift some in. When you see it starting to sink, just lay it to the side. I don't need this anymore. And I'm going to fold this in. I should be able to do this one last. Get all your flour out of there. Just push it through the sieve with the back of your spoon. Just wipe up there a little bit. Like working in a messy kitchen. Okay, so we want to incorporate that flour into this. You can still see there's a lot of air bubbles in this. Don't want to flatten out those air bubbles. Okay, now we're going to slowly add in the egg whites, but a scoopful at a time. Now this, you just want to turn it in. It's usually the first scoop is the hardest to incorporate. So I'm essentially just turning it over repetitively. Sometimes I'll dig down through the middle and take half and then take the other half. See, it's getting nice and light and fluffy. I'll do a second video of when it comes out of the oven and how you roll it. So that batter is pretty much incorporated. Wipe off the spatula here. Okay, and what I've done is I have a tin pan, jelly roll pan. I oiled it and floured it, and make sure that you have flour all the way around the edges. This is going to be a little bit difficult to remove. Doesn't go in the oven very long. So we want to spread the batter evenly in this pan. And it's quite thin, but it's going to puff up in the oven. Get all that batter out of there. Okay, so this goes in a preheated oven. This goes in a preheated oven, 350, for only about 7 minutes. 7 minutes have passed and the jelly roll's out of the oven. You do not want to overcook a jelly roll batter, so as soon as you see it getting a little bit brown around the edges, you have to take it out. And what I have here is a damp hot cloth. I keep it for doing this because you don't want to wash your cloth in any kind of detergents or anything, so you just want to keep this washed with hot water and hung out on a line. And I'll come in from the sides. And the other side. Now I'm going to tip it out. The pan is hot, but position it on the towel, and then I'm going to bring the towel up to the end here and roll it up in the wet towel. There you go. Now you want to leave this to cool in the shape so that it'll stay moist and in the shape. So I'll leave it to cool in the shape, and then I'll come back and show you how to fill it. Okay. At least it's close to the bottom when it's rolled up. So I'm going to lay it with the seam down on the pan. I whipped my cream without any sugar. It's just a teaspoon of vanilla, and let me see, it's a 500 ml organic meadow whipping cream. I'm just going to go all the way around generously. Then I'm going to take my cake knife and skim it off. Use my finger again and clean up the plate. I'm going to lick my finger because it's my cake. You might want to wash your finger if it's for somebody else, but... And my husband gave me the flu, so it's not like I'm going to give it back to him. And we're the only two people going to eat this cake. Okay. So I'm going to put some cream in the piping bag, which I have put into a mug to make it easier to fill the bag. I'm just going to pipe around the bottoms, or the ends, whatever you want to call it. Pop a few frozen strawberries on the top. So there's my strawberry shortcake log that didn't take very long to make. It's only 1/4 cup of sugar and 3/4 cup of flour. And I can't wait to get into it. Okay, Hope you liked the video.